The epidemic is truly black on black crime. The greatest danger to the lives of young black men are young black men. C.L. Bryant. Hey everybody. I'm sure you guys have heard about the recent ad featuring former NFL football player Colin Kaepernick. Now, if you guys don't remember, he's the former face of Black Lives Matter, and he was one of the first people to start protesting NFL games by dropping to one knee. Now, I'm not going to play the ad itself because I'm concerned about getting false flagged for copyright infringement, but I will quote parts of it. If people say your dreams are crazy, if they laugh about what you think you can do, good, stay that way. Because what non-believers fail to understand is that calling a dream crazy is not an insult, it's a compliment. Don't try to be the fastest runner in your school or the fastest in the world. Be the fastest ever. Don't settle for homecoming queen or linebacker. Do both. Lose 120 pounds and become an Ironman after beating a brain tumor. Don't believe you have to be like anybody to be somebody. If you're born a refugee, don't let it stop you from playing soccer for the national team at age 16. Don't become the best basketball player on the planet. Be bigger than basketball. Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. When they talk about the greatest team in the history of the sport, make sure it's your team. If you only have one hand, don't just watch football. Play it at the highest level. And if you're a girl from Compton, don't just become a tennis player. Become the greatest athlete ever. Yeah, that's more like it. So don't ask if your dreams are crazy. Ask if they're crazy enough. All right, so let's go ahead and unpack this for a second. I'm going to bounce around a little bit, but let's talk about some of this because holy shit, there's some entertainment value in this ad. First and foremost, you're catering to social justice warriors. Okay? Social justice warriors, socialists, and communists, they don't give a shit about merit. This entire ad talks about going out of your way and striving for excellence and working as hard as you possibly can to be the best ever, to be the world champion, to set the world records, to be the number one position in whatever sport you take advantage of. That's not what social justice promotes. They promote free shit bought with other people's money. They don't believe in working for themselves. That's why you see all these pieces of garbage have government jobs. Here's the thing. You have that quote, don't become the best basketball player on the planet. Be bigger than basketball. Well, guess what? Part of the social justice movement has already achieved that because they believe fat lives matter. And they are way bigger than basketballs. These land whales are huge. Now, granted, I will say this. They're shaped like a basketball. But I'll tell you what, they don't know the first thing about sacrifice because they keep shoveling shit in their mouth every day. Here's the other thing that blows me away. You say, if you're born a refugee, don't let it stop you from playing soccer for the national team at age 16. If you're born a refugee, get the fuck out of your country because you're in war. If you're more concerned about getting on the national team at age 16 than, I don't know, living, then maybe your whole self-preservation priorities are completely wrong. And you probably shouldn't breed because we don't want any more of you. We don't want anybody like you because, again, your priorities are fucked up. You should have a healthy sense of self-preservation. And then this whole thing about don't settle for homecoming queen or linebacker. Do both. All right, Nike, let me give you some marketing 101. Who is your customer? It's healthy men and women, and you probably even have an age demographic. Your marketing team has probably gone through this and said, yeah, let's do this. So here's the thing that blows me away. Let's just break this down for a second. In the United States, the trans community composes approximately 0.07%. That's not even 1%, 0.07%. And of that population, up to 70% of that population in that trans community spontaneously revert. They just wake up one day and they say, you know what? I'm no longer trans. And this is the demographic you're marketing to. How do you still have a job? I mean, were you somebody's brother? I mean, whose idea came up with this? Was this a roundtable discussion? Was this something that like you guys all got together? Because I'll tell you what, every idiot that came up with that line or that quote, you should be fired because you are alienating your customers in favor for people who probably don't buy Nike, let alone get off the couch long enough to go any farther than to take a shit or to walk to the microwave to pull out their microwave burritos. Because again, fat lives matter. So with that said, this whole ad just blows me away. Now, Colin, everything in this ad promotes merit, promotes hard work, it promotes dedication and commitment. All of these things violate your bullshit, communist, give me free shit, Black Lives Matter message. Speaking of which, where's your victim story? How come we never hear about Colin Kaepernick being harassed by the police prior to becoming a Black Lives Matter face? Why don't we hear that? I don't get it. I mean, here's the thing. Nike giving you this endorsement is corporate welfare because they're giving you a job. Somebody is virtue signal marketing, and they gave you this job because somebody decided to pay somebody else to do it. You didn't get this job because you earned it. Because frankly, no disrespect, nobody wants a failed football player as the face of their brand. Just fail? Is that really what we want to have? We want to have just fail as our brand? I mean, really, that's really what we're talking about. The entire social justice movement is about failure. It's about participation trophies. It's not about being the best there ever was. It's about being a loser who finishes 76th in a group of 50 and then getting a trophy for it anyway. That's what social justice is about. Every loser is a winner. Nike, do you believe that every loser is a winner? If so, start donating your money to corporate welfare because that's what these people are pushing for. They're pushing for communism. Now, Colin, back to you. I can't blame you. I understand. You were the son of a single mom created by feminism who abandoned you. But here's the thing, Colin. Your life proves racism doesn't hold minorities back. You received accolades all throughout high school, all throughout college. You were in college and you were drafted to Major League Baseball and you turned it down. You have a bachelor's degree in business management and you were a member of a fraternity. Jesus, you earned over $40 million playing for the NFL, and you're currently worth over $20 million. You're part of the 1%, bro. You're sitting here talking about Black Lives Matter and social justice and feminism and all this other bullshit and about how there's income inequality in the world, and you're part of the 1%. I got to ask the question. You notice how all spokespeople from this communist SJW bullshit are rich and they're not part of the middle class? Look at how much money Hillary is worth. Look at how much money the rest of these leaders are worth. They're hypocrites, and their lives demonstrate it. And Colin, unfortunately, you have proven yourself to be a ridiculous hypocrite. You worked hard all your life. You did everything you could do to get to the top of your game. And then you're going to turn around and tell everybody that every loser is a winner? I don't understand it. Can you explain that to me? Oh, wait, no, you can't. So with that said, let's talk about Black Lives Matter. But I don't think you should listen to me. I think you should listen to Reverend Jasper W. Williams, Jr. and part of the speech that he gave at Aretha Franklin's funeral.
A study was released not long ago by Tuskegee Institute, and in this study, it showed how the Ku Klux Klan has killed 3,446 black people over an 86-year span of time. That's an awful lot of black people for anybody to kill. But the study also revealed that black people killed that number of black people not once a year and not 86 years, but every 6 months. So you multiply times 2, the 3,446, that means that we killed 6,000 plus black people every year. And over that 86-year span of time, that equates to us killing among us 592,712 black people are killed by black people. It amazes me how it is when the police kills one of us. We're ready to protest, march, destroy innocent property. We're ready to loot, steal, whatever we want. But when we kill 100 of us, nobody says anything. Nobody does anything. Black on black crime. We're all doing time. We're locked up in our mind. There's got to be a better way. We must stop this today. Think down, look down, walk down, talk down, act down. Most times we're low down. Where is your soul? And so, if you choose to ask me today, do black lives matter? Let me answer like this. No, black lives do not matter. Black lives will not matter. Black lives ought not matter. Black lives should not matter. Black lives must not matter until black people start respecting black lives and stop killing ourselves. Black lives can never matter.
So, Colin, I got to ask the question. Do you care about African Americans? Because if you did, why are you not saying anything when there's black on black crime? Why are you silent? And here's the other question I got to ask. For every cop that shot a black person, how many of them were in the process of committing a crime? And why is it that the social justice movement is not talking about, hey, don't be a criminal? Or how about stay in school like Colin Kaepernick did? You know, maybe we could have that as a message. Maybe we could say, look, here's Colin Kaepernick. He is an African-American male who was never harassed by the police. He's worth $20 million. He earned over $40 million in the NFL. He is a success. This is the man you want to be like. Don't be like Chad and Tyrone over in the corner doing 25 years in prison because they decided to shoot up the neighborhood. Don't kill your neighbors. Don't victimize your neighbors. Just be good citizens. And if you care about black lives, then you need to make sure that black on black crime stops. And as long as you refuse to address the elephant in the living room who thinks fat lives matter more than black lives do, this problem isn't going to get solved. I'm DDJ, and this has been your dose of misandry today.